Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine with a 7-card spread. This is for the little boy that was murdered, put in a suitcase by the name of Gannon. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm just going to write it in. I decided to do a reading on this. I was going to do a reading last night when I got home from work, but I was overcome with this terrible sensation of exhaustion. And when I went to sleep, I started having many visions and dreams. It was horrible. It was all night long. I had visions of war that's coming, water, things in the space. I mean, excuse me. Just terrible dreams, and I couldn't wake up. Finally, I woke myself up in the morning, and I still had all these dreams. And I know there's messages I need to put out there, but I just got to put together a video on it. Also, I did go to the doctor today about this cough. I'm sick of coughing, and they did all kinds of examinations and tests, and they said it's just a lingering cough that I still have from when I had the flu 5 weeks ago. They gave me more medicine to take, and the reason it's still there is because I'm not able to take steroids like they wanted to give me because I'm allergic to steroids. So I still have this lingering cough. Other than that, I'm okay. I don't have anything. Okay, so now this video is this channel is my brand. You are not allowed to copy it, reproduce it, or use any part of it for any reason. If you do, you will suffer the consequences. I'm putting that out there right now. Also, this is for entertainment purposes only. And yeah, the messages come from my spirit guides and the cards themselves. Does not reflect on my own thoughts and feelings. The cards do make me feel stuff, which I will say. And there you go. So now we're going to get started with the first card is the World card. I asked the cards, what messages does Ganon have to say? What does he want to say? He was murdered by his parents. He was stuffed in a suitcase and left by the side of a bridge or a road or something like that, and the police found it or somebody found it. But yeah, he was murdered by his mother, and she's in jail right now waiting, maybe on death row or something like that. Haven't followed the story that much, but I do know that part. Okay, so for the first one, we have the World. This was when he was born. Ganon was born into this world. This represents him. He was an innocent little child, and you see this reef circling him that represents infinity. Okay, so, God gave a special gift to someone, which was him. Okay, so, but it doesn't show that he has a long future. Okay, because he died, at the age of, I don't know if he was 6 or 7 or something I don't know how old he was. If anyone knows, please tell me in the comments. Yeah, so he was born into this family that didn't really work out for him. Let me stabilize my camera. And so then his father met the stepmother. Okay, so this is the father and the stepmother rejoicing, getting along, getting married. You know, there was like a celebration. It was almost like a third party to him because it wasn't his mother. It was a stepmother. So to him, it felt like a third party, but it didn't feel right to him. He didn't like it. He wasn't happy that his father had met this other woman, and it just didn't sit well with him as a child. Even then, as a child, it just didn't make sense to him, and it didn't sit well with him. And that's him watching them having a wedding celebration. He almost felt like his father was cheating on the mother, because he married this woman that became his stepmother. Let me get a drink here. Okay, so the High Priestess in reverse. When you're in the upright position, this is your own intuition. If you listen to your own intuition, it tells you exactly what to do, but it's in the reverse. So he, as a small child, didn't really have an intuition. This is what this is representing. So, he can't really listen to his own intuition because he was just a young little kid. He didn't know, how to listen to his own intuition. But he was feeling something. He was feeling something that wasn't quite right. It wasn't right to him. This is what this card is saying. Now, moving on to this one, because this is where it all starts. So it looks like his parents were having terrible fights, terrible energy. The ones are all scattered. Nobody knows what they're fighting about. I'm seeing more than one person here fighting. It wasn't just his parents. There was other people involved, he says. I'm hearing him say there was other people involved. They were fighting. This went on and on in their home. They didn't know what they were fighting about. It was just constant bickering, fighting, which scared him, didn't make him happy. It was just a terrible environment. He didn't like the environment, although a lot of people didn't know this or weren't aware of this. I'm seeing that a lot of people weren't aware of this energy that was in their home. But yeah, there was a lot of fights, and it was just a terrible energy that didn't please him. I'm seeing a lot of disorganization with the Five of Wands. Dysfunctional. I'm seeing dysfunctional families, dysfunctional energy with this. Yeah, I'm seeing like legal issues also coming up. They might have had some type of legal issues. Disorganization. The people in this card, if you look at their faces, they look like they just woke up to something they hadn't planned on it. So that was his energy. When the parents started fighting and all this stuff was going on, they were aware that they hadn't planned. He didn't plan on it being that way. He didn't know it was going to be that way. It's an energy that he felt like, he was like, I didn't know it was going to be this way. It was a horrible energy. It wasn't fun for him. Okay. And he couldn't make no sense out of it. Why were they acting this way? What was going on? It was just every day. Okay. So then here is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, I think, represents his father. And he was a nice man. He wasn't all that bad, but I don't think he ever did much. I think the woman wore the pants in the family. You know how they say that the woman wears the pants in the family. So I'm kind of feeling that energy with him, that he wasn't really a person that was outspoken and didn't fight for his son. He didn't really fight for his son to say, hey, don't do this to him, don't do that to him. He was lacking in confidence there somewhere. Okay, and I think Gannon knew that. He knew that his father wasn't like standing up for him at times, that he would get talked down to by the mother. The father would not stand up. Okay, with this I see growth and new growth and beginnings, and this is what he wanted. He wanted new growth and beginnings. The father did with that woman, with the mother, but it wasn't happening the way he wanted it to happen. Okay, so this is the mother here. This represents her, the Empress. I feel like she wanted to have another baby from because this is the card of fertility. I feel like she wanted to have another baby from the father, but it just wasn't happening. And I feel like she felt like Ganon was in the way. Like he was in the way. She didn't want him in the way. She wanted just a baby for herself and the father, but she felt like Gannon was in the way. So she wanted to do away with him. She wanted him to leave or go somewhere or just, get rid of him so she could just be with the father by herself. She was extremely jealous of him. I felt like she was extremely jealous of him because the father paid a lot of attention to him at first. And she was jealous of that attention. She wanted the attention all to herself. She didn't want to share his attention. Okay, so I felt like she was planning on getting pregnant from him, and she wanted just to be him, and the new baby, not Gannon. She wanted Gannon out of the picture because she was extremely jealous of the attention he was getting from the father, and she didn't like that, so she wanted to get him out of the picture. So that's when I feel like she started making plans, to get rid of him, to hurt him. She was abusive to him. I'm hearing that she was abusive to him. She would talk down to him. She would say things that were inappropriate. She would, like push him around and stuff like that. But he never told anyone. He kept it to himself. He would cry a lot. I do see like he told his father about it, but the father, again, didn't really stand up for him, didn't really protect him like he should have protected him, And I think that Gannon felt that. He felt like nobody was protecting him, like nobody loved him enough. Maybe he was kind of feeling that maybe his father didn't love him enough. Let me get a drink, y'all. Oh, sorry, my throat is so dry. Yeah, so he was in that energy for most of the time that his parents were married, in the energy that he was like a third party, a third wheel. because they weren't giving him the attention that he needed. So, but then this horrible woman, which was his stepmother, started, plotting. She started plotting to get rid of him. She didn't want him there anymore. She wanted all the attention for herself. So that's when she became like this, like the fool. Okay? This is a fool that's off on an adventure and thinks they know it all, but he's going to fall off the cliff because he's looking up. He's not looking straight ahead to see where he's going, and he thinks he's got it all worked out in his head. Well, little does he know he's about to fall off the cliff. And that's how she was in this marriage, and also with this little boy. She thought, okay, I'm just going to do this, this, and this to him and get rid of him, and then I'll have everything else for myself, and I'll have the life that I want. But didn't turn out that way. She did hurt him. I am seeing there was other people that were involved. It wasn't just her. There was other people that were involved. I had to do another reading about that. But she didn't act alone. She didn't act alone in hurting this kid. And then they stuffed him in that suitcase and put him by the side of the road. I mean, how cruel is that? People don't even do that to animals, okay? So they're talking about giving her the death sentence or death penalty, and then some people say no, because then she won't suffer, her life will end and she won't be suffering. Some people want her in jail for the rest of her life. I feel like she needs to be in jail for the rest of her life. But even if she does get this death sentence, I feel like she will go to hell. I don't feel that she's remorseful or repentful. I feel like she will go to hell. So I don't know what's worse, going to hell or being in prison for the rest of your life. But I don't see nothing good for her. She deserves to be punished for this act that she did on this beautiful little child. He was innocent, and he didn't deserve this kind of life. He had a whole life around. This represents infinity that goes on forever. So he had a future. He had a future that he would have done great in if, his father hadn't got involved with this woman. She was a witch, and she killed him and left him on the side of the road like a dog to die. But the little boy is saying that he's okay. He's in heaven. He's in heaven right now. He's in heaven with God, and he's okay. His soul is fine. His soul is fine, but he does want justice. He wants justice for what they did to him, how they murdered him, and how they killed him. He wants justice for that. And I'm praying that he will get the justice that he needs. Okay, y'all? So I'm going to stop here. Yeah, that's my reading for Gannon. I can't pronounce his last name. It's Stauch. I think it's pronounced Stauch. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to hear about next. I'll try to get to it. I have a lot of personal readings that I do every day, and then I work a 12-hour shift, so, it's hard to get to everything. But I am reading your comments. Please be mindful of the comments down below. If you just don't believe in this stuff, then there's other channels you can go watch. Don't leave hateful comments because they will not be acknowledged. They will only be deleted. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you want a personal reading, contact me with the information down below, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.